Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we are going to look at a product from the company Move Shoot Move. This here is an adapter that allows you to use your cell phone with some sort of an optic. Now Move Shoot Move is a company that makes a lot of Digicam style products, everything from stargazing and astronomy through automatically panning and tilting heads and all the little things that you need to not only be able to gaze and enjoy sort of your celestial sights, but also compact enough that you can keep them on the move. So for people that are into this genre, this might be a very interesting product. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take a look at this in detail. We're going to combine my standard cell phone with this adapter. We're going to use a couple of different optics. So in this case, we're going to use a simple handheld monocular, and then we're also going to use a more robust and tripod mounted spotting scope. And this should give us a little bit of an understanding where this adapter has some strengths, hopefully no weaknesses, but we're going to come back to the studio, compare this against other options, other brands that have their own style solutions to see if this is the one you want to go with. And so with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Move Shoot Move who did provide this for review. And so as we get into this here, again, this is an adapter that allows me to adapt my cell phone to the optic itself. Now we are going to leverage a couple of optics here. I have a very small monocular, handheld, comfortable. This can be mounted to a tripod. I'll probably do so for some of my testing. So you will see this mounted, both I'll use it handheld, but also mounted on a tripod just for some steady imagery. And then we have this nice large spotting scope. Now, there are a couple of things to consider with the spotting scope. I also have a full-fledged digital camera that connects to this, but this is sort of a rarity. It's its own kind of thing. It's not quite as flexible as the ability to literally leverage your cell phone. And so I have swapped this out for the standard lens. We're going to see how all of this fits. Now, as we get into the adapter itself, again, I'm going to speak to Move Shoot Move, which does have a number of different solutions. This is sort of their more robust solution and I'd say flexible connector. This should have really nice construction. You can see as this comes, nice soft little pouch, so kind of standalone little pouch there, which is pretty darn nice. And as we take this out, all beautiful aluminum construction. Very, very nice, extremely nice construction. And the best thing is you can see this is what adapts actually to your optic. So that's your actual connection there. Nice threads, very smooth. The ability to really gauge a nice large variety of different ocular lenses. So that's what we'll be attaching to. And then as we get into the cell phone connectivity here, you can see this is going to widen out these jaws. That's going to give you the space you need for your phone. I'm going to try a fairly large Samsung in a huge OtterBox. So this is a large phone to begin with. Consumes a ton of space. But the best thing is, as you take a look at this, you get some granularity in movement, both in the horizontal and vertical position. So once we get this established and close, you can truly dial in precisely so that your phone lens aligns perfectly with the ocular lens of the optic. And to me, that's one of the biggest advantages we're going to get here. So to start all of the testing, we're going to go straight to the monocular. You'll see this has a sort of like an extendable eye cup. We need to be a little bit careful, but I am going to now extend this to the point where I believe this should be about the right size to adapt right on here. This is going to swivel a little bit to the right. So I'm actually going to cant this a little bit to the right to get started, because to me, that's going to keep all the weight moving this direction and not allow this to spin back to the left. Tightening this down here, very simple. Just going to hold this in place until it starts to grab. There is no quick way to go about this. You pretty much just need to take your time and get that adjusted, and that's starting to grab. Now you'll notice on the inside here, some nice foam pads. That's going to help to both aid in grip, but also to not squash down or really damage. I can still get on my focus here with ease. So right away, this holding on beautifully, just nice and firm. That is awesome. I like that already. And testing my phone, I'm going to pretty much have to open this literally all the way up. So I think this is going to come close to bottoming out, but I hope we're going to find it will fit. And it is on the razor's edge, but even this phone being massive will fit. Now, as I get this started and going through the modes, you need to be a little bit careful because modern day cell phones leverage multiple lenses. And in my case, I have 5 lenses on the front of this thing, all of which do something a little bit different. So I am going to be leveraging video mode today, and probably the one-time adapter is really where I'm going to be focused. So in order to start getting things aligned, I need to adjust both vertically and horizontally by using these screws. So I'm going to take a minute here, start to dial this in, and see if I can get it close. Now you can see as I start to spin this, everything's starting to come into alignment. It's not perfect, but at least in terms of the vertical, that is getting close. And then on the horizontal, that also getting close. Now as we get established here, we can see already, I mean, this is working literally perfect. I have it almost perfectly aligned. It's extremely steady, very, very steady. And I'm in a mere matter of seconds in perfect alignment. But if I need to make like minute adjustments, this is actually fantastic. And my ability just to start to work to center things, you can see if I'm not careful and go the opposite direction, it's actually fairly intuitive. But, you know, I can pinch and zoom into this. But I think I'm better off right away trying to find my more zoomed in lens, because in reality, I actually have a 3x and a 10x lens on this phone. So this to me is something that I should be able to play with now that I have it established. Which now at this point you can see coming outside, the 10x zoom is like a super lot, because when you have the 10x zoom of the camera and then the 8x optical zoom of the actual monocular, I'm like crazy tight here. And that is like so far away. I mean, that pot is probably 200 feet away anyway. And I'm so tight up on it. I mean, I really need a tripod. So I might be better off leveraging the 1x and then just zooming in, and that will give me a little more flexibility and the ability to actually find my subject with ease. But this is pretty tight in terms of my ability to get way up on the subject. So you can see as I'm trying to get this back onto the 1x zoom, just taking my time to get everything centered in here. This is going to be a much easier place for me to work from, where I can actually like look out and identify what I'm trying to see. And then at that point, I can kind of pinch zoom. Now, keep in mind, this is going to have digital zoom in combination with the optical, but it's a little more flexible. You can see there, that's what it looks like. I just accidentally hit my 0.6 adapter. That's back to 1. Here's 3x. So just by hitting 3x, you can see that's the digital zoom going right into this thing. It's actually a pretty nice picture already. Here you can see I've leveraged the adapter to shoot a little bit of sports footage. It's not great. I would suggest in this particular case you'd be better off leveraging something like a monopod to keep it a little bit steady. You also need to be careful with the focus on your camera and in combination with the optic itself. Here you can see I had the opportunity to do a little bit of shooting. This was at the time of the eclipse. Very cool. It really did give me the ability to get some awesome footage. It was very sound and secure, leveraging the tripod here easily. This worked out extremely well in combination with the monocular. And I was definitely able to get some really nice quality footage here. It made it up extremely well with the monocular. It was very stout and sound and had a nice grip on top of it. And you can see here, definitely getting some cool footage. And so, all right, guys, there you have it. A look at the Move Shoot Move Tridapter, the tripod adapter, adapting my phone to optics. This worked extremely well, and I'm going to say this is by far the best adapter I've used by a long shot. This is so well made, so easy to use, it's accurate, it's just an awesome piece of kit. And at this point, you've seen me use it in a few different scenarios, but for me, where it really shines and has shined the most is on OUTER LIMITLESS 2. I actually have been leveraging it quite a bit with my spotting scope to get some nice close and tight up close footage of my shooting experience. So as I have more of the tactical and firearms channel, this has been instrumental in my ability to get high quality footage off into the distance to really show the accuracy or inaccuracy thereof my shooting. Couple things worth noting now. In the intro, I did not cover the fact that not only do you have the up and down and left and right adjustment, but the red knob here in the back allows this to go in and out, which at that point sucks it kind of in and out from the ocular lens and gives you the ability to get nice and close and tight up. So that really brings everything nicely into view. So that works out extremely well. And I did want to take a quick minute and kind of compare it against another option here, which even this is a fairly nice adapter. You can see I have the ability to pretty much open this up, get it mounted onto my phone in the back here, squash that down, goes right onto the ocular lens there. So I mean, you do have the ability to kind of leverage this in a very similar fashion, but in comparison, it really falls shy to this Move Shoot Move adapter. This is so beautifully made, the machining fantastic, the ability just to get everything perfectly in alignment, no problem. I love that it has the little pads on the inside to keep everything just nice and tight, but at the same time not damage your optics. So for me, this is just a fantastic product, and I have come to absolutely not only enjoy it, but I kind of rely on it now. Now, just one little bonus piece to talk about. This does also come with a simple remote shutter, which is cool. You can use this both to shoot photography or video. All you do is you turn this on, which starts a little Bluetooth pairing sequence on your phone, whether it's Android or iPhone. You get your Bluetooth up and running. You find the device down in the list, which is very simple. So in this particular case, it's called AB Shutter 3. And that just shows right up. You pair it, and then you can use this with ease. There are two buttons. I found that on my Android, both buttons do work. So you're going to open up your camera app and then simply use this, which is nice because then you technically don't even need to touch the camera, so it reduces overall shaking. And so there's no doubt for me as a content creator and somebody that has actually come to rely on Digiscope type of setups, this has worked out extremely well. Again, I can't say enough how much I do really like this. It makes me want to see more products from Move Shoot Move. The quality's there, the construction's there, the manufacturing and the machining, fantastic. The thought process, it just works. So a great product. And with that, I would like to say thank you so much to the people at Move Shoot Move who did provide this for review. For the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my OUTER LIMITLESS 2 channel, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. At this point, that channel is growing quickly. I have a ton of videos up there, including shooting footage that leverages this exact tripod adapter. So if you like what you see here on OUTER LIMITLESS, do me a favor and check me out on OUTER LIMITLESS 2. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.